Perennials are probably the mainstay of our business here at Eggleston Hall Gardens. Up here at the very top of the garden is an overspill bed. It's used for those perennials that are, well, when the beds are full up, we just put the excess stock up here, or we may need to grow some stuff on. We also grow quite a few perennials that are perhaps not as popular as others, mainly because they've gone out of fashion. This is one called the Morning Widow. It's a geranium called Geranium Fium. Again, it's an easiest perennial, and it's happy in sort of ground that's difficult or a shady corner of your garden. It's a simple thing. I wouldn't call it the most beautiful perennial in the world, but it deserves a space. There are all sorts of different perennials here. Lupins, monadas, veronicas. The ever popular aqualegias. These are grown up here until they're in flower, and then they're taken down onto the sales beds. The lupins are our own strain. We call them glam rock hybrids. They are probably twice as vigorous as the normal lupins that you get. The older varieties like the Pages, Chatelaine, My Castle. Those are the popular ones. You get them in all garden centres, but these are hybrids. We can't guarantee the colour, but we can guarantee the vigour. There's a great popularity in perennials these days. The bedding plants are coming to an end, I think, or at least their popularity is coming to an end. It could just be the fashion that's going to change. Fashions change, they come and go. Now, our perennial beds start with A's. I like to say they're alphabetical, but not in order. The problem we have is that perennials are, the beds fill up, and then the A's fill up, and then later on some more A's become available when they've become ready and we haven't got space. So we pop them in somewhere else. I'll take you up and down the rows. These are achilleas. There's about 7 or 8 different types of achillea. Asters. Come down into centaureas. Campanulas. Campanulas are always popular. They're not easy to grow, some of them in pots, because they grow so tall. The garden centres just seem to continue on with the most popular compact varieties. Cirsium atrapopurium, wonderful plant. This one's just coming into flower. It's a little bit early. Has a beautiful, beautiful red thistle type flower, scarlet red. It was the sexy plant at Chelsea some years ago. This is always popular and it deserves a space. Bees love it. Pinks. We have about 20 varieties of garden pinks, including the old Mrs. Simpkins. Always amazes me that a workhouse owner names a plant after his wife. And he called it by her surname, Mrs. Simpkins. You'd have thought he would have called it something like Beautiful Betty or Bouncing Betty. I know a girl called Bouncing Bet once. I can't really tell you here why she was called Bouncing Bet, but it doesn't matter. Geraniums, more Fiums. These are a nice bed of geraniums here. Again, we have maybe 30, 40 different varieties. Perennials. Phlox. That's a plant that should be grown a little bit more. Very self-supporting, nice thing. I can't get on with these. These are the papavers, the big Oriental Poppies. Bastards. flop everywhere. You grow them near the edge of a lawn, they flop over it, kill off the grass, and then they die back and come up again next year, by which time you've re-sowed your lawn, and it does it all over again. Keep quite a stock of the aqualegias, because the granny's bonnets or columbines, when they're in flower, they're absolutely beautiful, and sell on site. Nothing too spectacular about that one, a bit boring really. Never mind, somebody will like it. Astilbes. Loads of astilbes. And there is a shade house. Loads more perennials in there. We're coming down Macleas. Macleas are a great plant. These ones are just waking up now. 6-7 feet tall. Sometimes called the Plume Poppy. Niphotheas. Ligularias. My favourite plant, the Lythrum, the purple loosestrife. You haven't got much to see there at the moment, but it's a beautiful thing. It's a weed in some areas of the country. Don't know why. There's a Ligularia here. This Ligularia is called Zeptor. Great big thing. Handsome big spikes. Hopefully I'll get a picture of it when, or a little video of it when it's in flower. Lysimachias, the ordinary variegated Alexandra, and then you've got the new one, Golden Alexandra, with the again nice variegated foliage, yellow flowers. Although the yellow flowers are somewhat lost against the golden foliage. This here now, this is Nepetas. Nepeta, you know, the old catmint. Make your pussy quiver with delight. Works every time. Never worked for me, but there you are. This is white form. Bugger off, Tucker. Perhaps one of our most popular plants is a little thing we have here. This is a little geum. This geum, well, we call it frilly fanny. And we're not being deliberately smutty, but each one, it's like a little Tudor rose. Can you see that? What a beautiful thing. And it nods away and flowers, and it's a lovely thing. Geum, frilly fanny. You can't get better than that. Flowers for about 2 months. Next to it is it's a stinking old lamium. It's like a glorified stinging nettle. Some people like it. It spreads around all over the place. This is a plant loved by bees, Symphytum. This is called Hidcote Pink, which is pretty odd because the flowers are blue. However, we got Hidcote Blue, and the flowers weren't pink, which was what you thought I was going to say, but they were actually blue. Scabious, sedums, different sedums. We have a vast array of perennials here. I haven't even shown you the proper stock beds yet. But anyway, I hope if you're looking for perennials, you'll come over here and have a look at us, because we have some beauties here, all grown at over 886 feet above sea level, so they're hardy. They're not going to turn up their toes at the first sniff of frost. There you are. Thalictrums, that's another of my favourite plants. This one, Flavum glaucum, is a beautiful thing. Grows up into big, sort of fluffy yellow spikes. Beautiful thing. Lovely, lovely plant. Trollius. There. Bugger the Trollius. And the verbascums. And there you are. That's a brief little look at our perennial beds. It's a bloody long way down there.